Lego is just everywhere nowadays, isn't it? I mean, it's not like it grows on trees or anything, right? I guess they do now. Well then. So for those who don't know, I don't always pick up Lego sets as soon as they release. It takes a lot for it to be a day one purchase. However, I do keep them on my wanted list for a long time. And if there's a gift with purchase or a double VIP or some other incentive that inclines me to pick them up, I will go for them, especially with the Lego store or Lego shop at home. Other stores, sometimes they just have better deals on them or discount them at some point. So I just lean towards those, like Target and Walmart and whatever. But for the Lego store, obviously for during the second to last week of June, they had the Forest Hideout as a gift with purchases of $150 or more. That's online and in store. I called my store ahead of time to be sure they still had copies of it, and they did. So I was able to get there and pick up some stuff to make that purchase happen. So it's not like I'm just buying it just for the GWP. It's more of like, I've wanted to get these sets for a while. I could buy them, but I won't get anything with them. And this just makes the trip a little bit sweeter. That being said, when I picked up the 90 Years of Play, that was a few weeks after it released in May, and then I found it a short while afterwards where it was available at Walmart for like $10 cheaper, which is kind of bunk if you ask me. So don't pick them up from there if you really want to get that set and you didn't get it already, because you'll get it at $40 instead of $50 if you buy it at Walmart. And I was really hoping for a GWP with that, but when I got it at the Lego store, it didn't come with that. That was kind of a bummer, even though the polybag kind of exists. Nobody really knows where it is, or I haven't heard from anybody of where that, but I digress. So those are a couple of sets I did want to get for some time. Some of these actually haven't been readily available in my area, despite being out for 6 months to almost a year. The Tumbler has been out for quite some time, but it keeps disappearing from Walmarts and Targets near me. They'll have a couple of them, and then they'll disappear, and then they won't restock them for weeks, but sometimes months. So I thought, you know what? I'll pick that up while I'm at the Lego store, because at least I know they'll have it there instead of trying to find it elsewhere. It's what I did with the Bro Thor set sometime earlier this year, where again it kept disappearing from Target shelves. So I was already in the area of a Legoland Discovery Center, and I picked it up in the shop. Seabound is kind of the same way. Even when it released last year, I saw a bunch of them on the shelves, they disappeared, and I couldn't find them for quite some time. Now, granted, I haven't caught up with Ninjago in a long time. I have not been watching a lot of seasons, so I don't have a lot of context for this. I can know a little bit of spoilers here and there, but I don't know the complete how it got to the point, but I just love the aesthetic of it. I love that they have a whole underwater theming of it, even if it's for like 4 or 5 sets. It's still really cool. And obviously, the Temple of the Endless Sea is going to appeal to me greatly because it's so Atlantean. I can't wait to build that one. But I'm glad I was able to find that at the Lego store. They didn't even have all the Seabound sets at the Lego store even. So I'm glad that that one was available there. And for $99, it's really not that bad of a set. There is another Ninjago set, I think from Ninjago Core, that's $99 that also looks really good and kind of a better value for pieces and such. But I'll have to save that for some other visit. Lego Creator, this is a set that everybody loves. As soon as this thing released, it was kind of a shock that it was $10. Like, I thought it was going to be $15, maybe $20, honestly, given the parts count or even the complexity of the parts or even the various colors used in there. But hey, it's a pretty affordable set that people have been taking and rebuilding into their own models, and it's fantastic, and I've been sharing as much as I can about them through Instagram when I find them on there, because they're really darn cool. It's a really neat thing to see one set that can be rebuilt so many ways by the fan community and using mostly just parts in the set by itself or multiple copies of it just to make some remarkable things. I love that creativity, and I want to try that out for myself as well as enjoying the instructional models. Now we have the two promos that are included in here, obviously the Forest Hideout, but we also have this Duck promo, which was with purchases, I believe, of $40 or more, if I remember correctly. There was a couple other ones that were in the Lego store during this month, but they were for like specific purchases, like City or something like that. This is kind of funny. Every once in a while, Lego will do some sort of Lego duck build of some sort. There is kind of a historical value to it, even though it doesn't say it's like a historical thing, but it's cute. It actually takes me back to an earlier time, like 2002, 2003 or so, especially with those eyepieces, or rather, the one brick with eyes on both sides of it. It's simple, but it's lovely. I really do appreciate some little things like that they incorporate every so often. So that was a nice surprise gift with purchase. I didn't expect to get that when I went there. I just found it when I was in the bag. And luckily, my Lego store near me did have lots of these available. I don't know how quickly they're going to go in the next like 2 or 3 days that the promo's still out there. And I'd love to get another copy of it because I want to do something really funny as a sketch. Some people already know, but I didn't tell everybody. But as it stands for right now, I got one copy. I do intend to build it. I am very curious about it compared to its older counterpart. And I've actually grown to like it a bit more the more that I look at it. Because I actually look back at the original one and I'm like, actually, it's a vast improvement. A lot of different areas that make sense of adding new parts or upgrading designs while still looking like the original thing from afar. So I'm excited about this one. Also, I may or may not be wrong. I think that might be Rocket Racer's face reused for this Forestmen guy, and that's just hilarious to me. And it is a little unfortunate, at least from the box I can tell here, that they don't give her a hat the same way they do for this guy. Well, I don't know about that. But I don't know if I am planning on getting the 10305 set, the big castle for 90 years of play. I would like to pitch in for the classic space set, but, and that one again is at a very good value. Like, that's the same price that Benny's spaceship was back in 2014, 8 years ago. And it's a vast, technical improvement for it. So I'm like, dang, son, I'm surprised that some of these sets appear at $99 when there's definitely been ones inflated over that. So if I didn't actually find Seabound, if I didn't find that set in there, I probably would have gone with City of Lantern to make the gift with purchase. But, I'm glad that this was here. I'm glad I picked up some stuff I've been waiting on for quite some time. And I hope to build them real soon. Whether on camera or off camera, I'll talk to you later. And have yourselves a good one. This is Lego being silly. It's they think they grow on trees at this point. Oh, so they do. Well then.